Hey, what's up everyone? If you own a Nintendo Switch and don't know where to start, or you're looking for your next obsession, you're in the right place. These are the 10 best games on the Switch, and trust me, every single one of them is worth your time.
We must stop.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So Kirby finally went full 3D, and it actually works really well. You run through these colorful stages in a post-apocalyptic world that somehow feels cheerful, exploring ruins, shopping malls, and stadiums taken over by nature. The main mechanic is copyability. You inhale enemies and steal their powers, whether that's a sword, fire, or a giant drill. But the new thing here is mouthful mode, where Kirby literally stretches around real-world objects like cars or vending machines and uses them to solve puzzles. It's wild and funny. The game is not super hard, but it has enough depth to keep you busy, with hidden missions in each level and an upgrade system for your abilities. It's a joy from start to finish, relaxing but never boring, and a perfect pick if you want something that just makes you smile. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Nintendo took the classic side-scrolling Mario formula and genuinely flipped it. Every level has a Wonder Flower, and when you grab it, the whole level transforms, sometimes completely changing the gameplay, the visuals, or even turning you into something else entirely. No two Wonder events are the same, and that surprise factor keeps you on your toes the whole way through. The new power-ups are creative and fun, and the worlds feel fresh even if you've been playing Mario games your whole life. Multiplayer is chaotic in the best way. The level design is tight, the music is fantastic, and there's a real sense of imagination in every single stage. It feels like Nintendo actually sat down and asked, what if we just went nuts? And the answer turned out to be one of the best 2D platformers in years. Astral Chain. This one flew under a lot of people's radar, and that's a crime. Astral Chain is an action game from Platinum Games set in a futuristic city under threat from creatures called chimeras. You play as a cop who can summon and fight alongside a chained creature called a legion. The combat is a two-character system. You control your character while simultaneously directing your legion, creating this layered, tactical style of fighting that feels amazing once it clicks. Outside of combat, you're doing actual detective work, searching crime scenes, interviewing witnesses, and solving environmental puzzles. The story gets wild fast, and the world building is genuinely cool. It's stylish, fast, and has more substance than most action games out there. If you're into games that reward you for learning their system, this one delivers. Fire Emblem Three Houses is the kind of game that pulls you in for 80 hours before you even realize it. You play as a professor at a military academy, and you choose one of 3 student houses to lead. From there, it's a mix of turn-based tactical combat and life sim. You manage relationships, train students, explore the monastery, and make story decisions that actually matter. The combat is strategic and satisfying, with unit positioning, weapon triangles, and a battalion system adding real depth. But what makes it hit hard is how attached you get to your students. Each one has a full backstory, and the longer you play, the more the story reveals about what's really going on. Different routes offer completely different story perspectives. It's a long game, but every hour feels earned. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is still the best kart racer ever made. Full stop. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is polished to perfection. The tracks are creative, the controls are tight, and it runs at a locked 60 frames per second. The roster is huge, the item balance is solid, and the new battle mode is actually great, unlike the original Wii U version. The Booster Course Pass added 48 more tracks from across Mario Kart history, making it an absolutely massive package. Whether you're racing locally with friends, playing online, or just grinding time trials, it never gets old. The courses are full of personality, and the anti-gravity mechanic adds a visual and mechanical twist that keeps racing fresh. It's the kind of game that everybody in the room wants to play, from first-timers to people who've been playing since the N64 days. Metroid Prime Remastered is a masterclass in how to bring a classic back. The original came out in 2002, and it was groundbreaking, a first-person adventure where you explore a massive alien planet called Talon 4, scanning everything, collecting upgrades, and unraveling the mystery of the space pirates and a substance called Phazon. This remaster completely overhauls the visuals while keeping every moment of the original design intact. The atmosphere is thick. You feel genuinely isolated and immersed. The combat involves dodging and targeting weak points, but the real game is exploration. Every new ability opens up areas you couldn't reach before, creating a satisfying loop that rewards curiosity. There's no hand-holding, no waypoints, just you and a world full of secrets. It respects your intelligence, and that's rare. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, takes everything Breath of the Wild built and layers something new on top of it. Literally. The Sky Islands, the underground depths, and the surface world create a vertical version of Hyrule that feels enormous. But the real star is the Ultra Hand and Fuse abilities. Ultra Hand lets you grab, rotate, and glue objects together to build machines, vehicles, and contraptions. Fuse lets you combine weapons with materials to change their properties. The game gives you a physics sandbox and then builds puzzles and combat around it. There's no one right way to solve anything, which means every player's experience is different. The story digs deeper into Zelda lore, and the dungeons are more structured this time around. It's one of those rare sequels that justifies its own existence completely. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is one of the most ambitious JRPGs ever put on a handheld. You follow a group of soldiers from two opposing nations who end up joining forces and questioning everything they were taught to believe. The world is massive, like genuinely massive, filled with giant creatures, ancient ruins, and colonies scattered across open landscapes that reward exploration. Combat runs in real time, but with a deep layer of class mechanics, chain attacks, and character roles that demand strategy. The story takes its time, but pays off enormously, dealing with themes of life, purpose, and resistance in ways that actually land emotionally. Your party members are well written, their relationships evolve naturally, and the side quests add real context to the world. If you want a game that respects your investment, this is it. Super Mario Odyssey is pure joy, packaged as a game. Mario travels across wildly different kingdoms, from a city full of humans, to a cooking-themed world, to a seaside resort chasing Bowser, while collecting Power Moons. The twist is Cappy, Mario's hat, which can be thrown to capture enemies and objects, giving you their abilities. Capturing a T-Rex or a tank and running wild with it never stops being fun. The movement is incredible. There are dozens of tricks and techniques that make simply running around feel satisfying. The kingdoms are dense with secrets, and the moon count is generous enough that you always feel rewarded for exploring. It nails that Nintendo feel, where everything is smooth, playful, and just works. The endgame opens up even more and adds a serious challenge for players who want it. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild changed what open-world games could be. You wake up with no memory, step outside, and Hyrule is just there. No markers telling you where to go, no forced path. The physics engine and chemistry system mean almost everything in the world interacts logically. You can cut down trees to make bridges, use metal objects to conduct electricity, set fire to grass to create updrafts. Climbing any surface you can see, gliding across valleys, and solving shrines in multiple ways makes every hour feel like your own adventure. The world is quiet, beautiful, and full of wonder. Combat has weight and demands creativity. The story unfolds through memory fragments you find across the world. It doesn't hand you anything, it trusts you to figure it out. And that feeling of discovery is something very few games ever capture. That's the list. Every game here is genuinely worth playing, whether you've had a Switch for years or just picked one up. Drop your favorites in the comments. I'd love to know which ones hit different for you. Like and subscribe if you want more content like this. See you in the next one.